Hey everybody,
Hey everybody,
it's Missy,
and April.
and this is Sheelanagig. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for being here. We're back. April, hi. We're back.
Hey.
We're back.
We are.
Right? And each week we explore a Sheelanagig, a woman whose strength and perseverance has led her to greatness, who empowers us, inspires us. It maybe is somebody you've never heard of. Maybe you have heard of them. Maybe you're just going to learn a little bit more. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. That's what we do every week.
Yeah.
Tune in here every week. We love it. Okay, so how many of you wear Spanx?
Oh.
I wear Spanx.
I wear Spanx.
All right.
We're raising our hands, yeah.
I love my Spanx.
Yeah.
I truly do love my Spanx. Not that long ago, I was at an acupuncture, and it was like group acupuncture, and we had to, expose, our stomach area, and I was wearing a dress, and everybody saw my Spanx. I was like, hey ladies, group acupuncture ladies, I'm now going to show off my Spanx. And that's, I'm not afraid to show off my Spanx. I'm proud of them. But I don't know if you know a little bit about the woman who invented them.
I know it was a woman. I know Oprah went crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I think there's quite a little bit of information, but just in case you want to know a little bit more, I thought I'd just give a quick little synopsis of Sara Blakely. Sara Blakely is best known as the founder and CEO of Spanx. And of course, this is a company that has revolutionized the shapewear industry. And her entrepreneurial journey began with a simple yet groundbreaking idea to create comfortable body-shaping undergarments that would empower women to look and feel their best. See, April?
Yeah, that's Missy's motto. Before we ever record a podcast, she wants us to do our lipstick and put on something fun. Because even though you can't see us, she wants us to
You know what we're going to
look and feel our best.
You know what we're going to do next time we do a podcast? We're going to put on our Spanx.
We're going to put on our Spanx.
Oh, let's do yes, let's do that.
Oh, okay.
We'll do
You'll
a little
never know.
We'll do an Instagram reel of us putting on our Spanx.
Okay.
Do you dare us? We're going to do
I
that.
dare us.
I'm making a note. I think that's awesome.
This will happen. Okay.
Anyway, so following her graduation from Florida State University in 1993, she had always wanted to be a trial attorney. Her father was a trial attorney.
Interesting.
And it was her goal, her dream.
Yeah.
She was going to be, that is what she wanted to be. And she, in college, she majored in legal communications. Mm-hmm. And eventually, it came time for her to take the LSAT, and she bombed it.
Aww.
Yeah. And she was devastated, yet determined, so she signed up again for the prep course, and she studied her ass off, as she put it. Mm-hmm. And she took the test again to find out that she had actually come in 1 point worse than the first time. I know. How disheartening.
That is really disheartening. Oh my God.
So I love this part. In her mind, the universe was somehow telling her to drive to Disney World and audition for the role of Goofy.
What? Okay, I'm really disconnected. Become an attorney, become Goofy.
I think she was probably just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go be Goofy at Disney World. Like, okay. I don't know. But this is how she responded to her defeat.
All right.
So she did audition to be Goofy, but they told her she was too short to wear the costume.
Oh,
I know.
Another failure.
And so she instead worked as a chipmunk for a while because she was kind of petite.
Okay.
And but she ended up working as an Epcot ride greeter for a while. But eventually, she still didn't have much direction, but she got an opportunity to work for a local company selling fax machines door to door.
Huh. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I can't even imagine.
No.
Yeah. And of course she lived in Florida where it was very hot and humid. Yeah. Can you imagine being a door-to-door salesperson in Florida? I don't know.
Peddling fax machines. Okay.
Yeah. So she would wake up early and she'd drive around and she would cold call all day from 8 to 5. And she said that most doors were slammed in her face. Some of her business cards were ripped up before her very eyes. And she even had a few police escorts take her out of buildings.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what happens when you do your unsolicited selling,
Boy.
Yeah. But finally, she decided to get a fresh start. So she moved to Atlanta when she was 27. And one night she was preparing to go out in her favorite white pants. But she realized, like, she felt like she had cellulite. And she was like, this looks like shit. I don't like this. Like, I got to fix this. So she decided to cut the feet out of a pair of pantyhose. And she situated them to wear as underwear, allowing her kind of the benefit of the slimming effect of the pantyhose, and then also allowing her feet to go bare so she could wear her cute sandals. She's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And she says that's the moment that she saw, how good her butt looked.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought, oh my God, this is my opportunity. It just clicked. It clicked.
Wow.
This is my opportunity.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is great.
I know. And so with that came the birth of Spanx. Of course, little did she know that it would end up becoming this huge multi-million-dollar company. And she, readily admits she wasn't the first woman to think of, cutting off your pantyhose to wear them as a...
Like control top.
Yeah, like wearing it as an undergarment.
Yeah.
But, that was her aha moment, and it had been what she had been waiting for. So she was determined to make, a prototype and put it into production. So she had her life savings of just $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
And she created a prototype over the course of a year. Wow. And this is a woman who had, never taken a business class, didn't have any interest in the fashion industry.
Interesting.
Like,
wow.
This was, like, not part of her world, really, at all. And she initially decided within that year she wasn't going to tell anyone what she was doing. So everyone knew she was up to something, but nobody knew what she was doing. Everyone's like, I don't know, like, what's going on with Sara? She's got this crazy idea, but she won't tell us what it is. And it got to the point where she was kind of like skipping, like hanging out and going to parties and weekends, and they were just like, what the hell is she doing? What the fuck is going on, right? Okay, so so she kept the project secret, and then part of the reason she didn't want to tell anybody was that, she just didn't want, she's like, I feel like ideas are really vulnerable in their infancy. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want anybody to tell her, like, well, that's a good idea, but you should do this instead.
Right,
or,
right.
Somebody's done it before. That's not, like, she didn't want to hear that noise in her head.
Yep.
She was just like, I have an idea. I'm going to put my blinders on. It's my idea. I don't want people's input. This is what I'm going to do.
Wow, that in itself is really interesting and inspiring. I think that's an important thing for any of us who get an idea, right? Because other people are very ready to throw hot water on it.
Always. Yeah. Always.
And I think people are well-intentioned, but yeah.
Right. And I always say, like, I always picture it like when people tell me things, like, people do give unsolicited advice, and especially if it's a friend or somebody you respect, like, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But I always, like, have this little vision in my head of, like, holding, like, a colander or a sieve.
Yeah.
And then I shake out.
Right.
I shake out those things that are, like, not valuable to me, and I keep the nuggets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she didn't even want the nuggets. She was just like, this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to defend it. I don't want to explain it. And finally, after a year, her friends and family laughed when they found out about the idea that she had been pursuing for more than a year. And even the mill owners thought it was a waste of their time.
Oh, wow.
But Sara had money,
uh-huh.
so they were going to make what she paid them to do,
mm-hmm.
and she persevered, and
she's laughing to the bank.
Exactly. She's laughing all the way to the freaking bank is what she's doing.
Yeah,
and she invented Spanx in the late 1990s, despite having, again, like, no
reputation or history in the fashion industry or anything like that.
She was just like, this is it. I'm doing it. And she did all her own marketing too. She started, like, setting up pitch meetings with stores and buyers, and she would model the shapewear herself. She would do, like, the before and after. And she reached out personally to journalists because she didn't have a budget.
Right.
She couldn't hire. She had kind of spent all her money on the prototype, developing the prototype, and and so she was kind of like her own marketing department. And she finally persuaded Neiman Marcus to carry Spanx. That was the first store to do it.
Wow.
And then Bloomingdale's caught on, Saks, and Bergdorf Goodman followed as well. But her biggest break, what was her biggest break, April?
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah! Oprah found out.
Yep, that when Oprah knows, everybody
I hope
knows.
Oprah finds out about our podcast. Oprah, are you listening? We love you, Oprah.
We do love you.
Oh, Oprah, we love you. But anyway, she basically featured her on My Favorite Things, and but that's the only reason she found out though is because Sarah sent her products.
Ah,
Like Sarah,
interesting, smart. Sarah is brilliant.
she's brilliant,
Yeah.
and and she didn't have anybody to count on. She didn't have a team. She didn't have a marketing team. She had $5,000. You know what I mean?
This is really the American success story.
It really is.
You know, Missy, this isn't a postscript to your Meet Sheela. This is a real Sheela.
Of course it's a real Sheela. I'm just trying to, it's an entrepreneurial Sheela who exists today.
I guess I'm just really enamored with this story. This is a beautiful story.
Yeah. So in 2006, Blakely established the Spanx by Sara Blakely Foundation, which supports women through entrepreneurship, education, and the arts. And she has donated to the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. Awesome. And in 2013, she became the first woman to join the Giving Pledge, which is a movement founded by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett, a movement that some of the most wealthiest people have pledged at least half of their overall fortune to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she really learned the lessons of true entrepreneurism, and then, like a lot of our Sheilas, lifted other women up.
Right.
Help lifted.
Yeah. That's like, I just want to mention, like, yes, she invented Spanx. She became a multimillionaire, but she didn't forget where she came from and her desire to help other women entrepreneurs see their vision.
Which is amazing.
And
her
help,
own vision and
help
ingenuity.
girls, help young women, kind of realize there's a lot of information. There's actually a master class she has, a lot of information online. So in 2012, she was one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world, and she appeared on the cover of Forbes magazine as the youngest self-made billionaire at that time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
In 1922, she was still number 23 on Forbes America's Richest Self-Made Women. And it's funny because she says, I was laughing about this because as we were talking about early with me showing off my Spanx, her loyal customers apparently just can't help but to show off their Spanx every time they're around her. So she says that whenever they see her, they have to go, oh, look, Sarah, look what I'm wearing. So she said she's been flashed at concerts, cocktail parties, and even the White House.
I love it.
Do you love that?
It's a status symbol to wear Spanx.
It is. And so there's actually a book written about her. There might be more than one book, but I know there's a book called The Spanx Story, What's Underneath the Incredible Success of Sara Blakely's $1 billion Empire by Charlie Wetzel and Stephanie Wetzel. That's Sara Blakely.
Awesome. Well,
Do you remember your first pair of Spanx? When did you get them?
I can't remember when I got them, but I do remember them because I've always had the little, I call it the Cannonball Express.
Oh, stop it.
My stomach has always been round.
Oh, get out.
I love putting on Spanx and looking so much more svelte.
Looking svelte. Yes.
Love it. Yeah.
Yes. I love that too. Looking hella svelte.
Yes.
I still remember my first pair because I had heard about Spanx, and I was running through an airport. Remember they have the Spanx stores at the airport? Do they still have those? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But I was running through an airport, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a few minutes to kill.
Yeah.
I think I need a pair of Spanx. And I went, and I still have them actually. That was a while ago, but I still have them. I probably need to replace them. They're probably getting a little rough.
Yeah, I just realized I used to have slips, and I never wear slips anymore. I only wear Spanx.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, right? And,
yeah.
And they're cute, too. They're like, they're
really cute.
They're like little biker shorts. Like, depending on how long they are, you can wear them as little biker shorts underneath things. I love little biker shorts myself. But anyway, thank you for listening, everybody, to our Sheilas, about our Sheilas today. We're delighted. We're delighted to have you with us. More to come for sure. More adventures with Sheelanagig.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Thanks. Bye.
Sheela,